What's up, everybody? Welcome to MyDunnLife. My name is Travis Dunn. This is where I take you on my adventures on 2 wheels or 4. Today we're going to be riding the Harley to work, and we're going to talk about the trip. We're going to talk about what's next, and we're going to talk about, should I let this go or should I keep it? Roll that footage. What's up, everybody? On the bike today, riding to work. It is a wonderful 76 degrees, I do believe it is. It's only going to get down to about 65, so it'll be a nice cool ride on the way home. Going to talk a little bit about the trip. I want to first thank all of you who have been watching, liking, and subscribing. I'm over the 80 subscriber mark. So if you haven't yet, hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to comment down below. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. So the trip has been almost a month now, and I haven't really got to ride much. I rode one day a few weeks ago, and then obviously today, and most of that is just coming down to schedule. Just haven't had time to really break out the bike. Things have been busy, back to school. I got one kid who's a senior, so we've been kind of dealing with some of the senior stuff, and I got one kid, my youngest daughter. She finally started her in-car driving. We've been trying to get my son in on some driving lessons because we still haven't got him his license yet. So lots of things going on in the Dunn household, and like I said, has been keeping me pretty busy. So the trip was overall a success. We did cut it a little shorter than we expected. It was originally supposed to be around 1,300 miles. We were going to do the majority of the Blue Ridge Parkway and then come up north. Maybe have done the Tail of the Dragon, which we didn't end up doing. And guy on a moped. So, you know, one of the big things that happened on the trip was we got drenched. We got downpoured like nobody's brother. And what I didn't know until actually my last ride, which I took with Nash recently, a few weeks ago, I did not know the Media Mod had failed. And if you noticed in the last couple of videos, there was some static, it cut in and out. It eventually failed on those last day and a half of the ride back home. So that cost me a little money. But I did end up, because I had bought the GoPro Hero 7 that normally would be here. I had bought that literally just before the trip. And I decided, with all the overheating problems that I was having and the shutting down problems, that I just returned it. It will get replaced with something. It'll probably be another 8. Could be a 9 if we get a 9 this year, depending on what new features it offers. And So it could be a 9, depending on what it comes with this year. Oops, forgot my turn signal. So there is a possibility of a you know, a new GoPro, but we'll see. But I just wasn't happy with the 7. Like I said, it gave me all kinds of shit the entire trip, and I just wasn't happy with it. The bike overall did pretty well, but it did have an incident where because of the rain, this bike will, if it gets really wet, it will start cutting out and dropping the cylinder, and I've never been able to totally figure out why it does it. I did a few weeks ago lose the water filter on my air intake, so probably got to order a new one of those. They're not too expensive though. But the big question is, should it stay or should it go? And that's really the big question that has been kind of plaguing me here lately. I do love the Sportster. I think if this was a little bit newer Sportster, I probably wouldn't have this question. But this is a 20-year-old Harley Davidson Sportster. And I do want to be able to do more longer trips. Like I said, not totally out of the question that another sporty could be in my future. It is kind of like on the list of bikes that I'm looking at. I'm looking real hard, but I can't seem to find one exactly the price that I want. I really like a Dyna switchback. I kind of had the recent opportunity to ride a Dyna, and I kind of liked it. I like the power. I didn't get a chance to ride it on the highway though. I really wish I had gotten to do that, because I want to see what 6th gear feels like. That 6th gear really interests me from a riding standpoint, from a long riding standpoint, and so it's definitely, you know, if I stay on the Harley and I decide to get something bigger, that's definitely like the first one on my list. Boy, they're finally tearing that old used to be a mini golf, putt-putt golf location. It's been closed for a while though. So the other bike that has caught my interest recently, and it's almost purely from aesthetics, that's kind of the funny thing. The bike that has caught my eye from an aesthetic standpoint is a and I know this is going to sound funny because I'm technically going an older bike. Is around a 98, 99 Honda 1100 Ace. Ace is the American Classic Edition. Now there's a specific version of this bike, of the 1100. They make a 750, make a 1100, but there's a certain version of the 1100 that I'm mostly interested in, and it's one that's got hard color matched saddlebags, and most of them come in a two-tone paint. And I've seen 3 colors. I've seen a blue and white, or like a cream, like an old style, almost like a 50s style creamish. I won't completely call it white, maybe like eggshell, maybe would be what you'd call it. There's a black with the same cream color, and the one that I'm really interested in, the one if I could find, is the like teal blue and cream color. It's got that like old 50, like I have a thing for like the old 50 style stuff. Maybe I'll have to show the picture of my little refrigerator at work that I specifically got because of the color. I love that old, like if I could do my kitchen in that old 50 style look, it wouldn't cost me, you know, $100,000 appliances, I absolutely would. Oh, excuse me, kind of a hiccup there for a moment. But yeah, that and I'll show a picture of the bike if I haven't already on the video. So I'm looking real hard at that bike. Technically, it'd be about roughly the same horsepower as my 1200. It is a little bit bigger physically, but a bigger bike, which, you know, for riding two up with a wife, and that's part of also the idea of buying another bike. You know, having something a little larger for the wife would be more comfortable on, and really just getting the chance to put down more miles. I want to do more road trips. I want to try to, you know, I guess it's in my blood now, as they like to say, and I want to do more of it. So that's kind of my short list. I won't lie, I have been very tempted also to buy a Honda PC800, which is kind of a goofy bike. It's kind of like what I call like a mini Goldwing. I have a thing for goofy stuff. I like different. And I know the Sportster is kind of that. Well, you know, a lot of people have Sportsters, and you're right. But I did mine in a little bit different way than most people would go with a sporty. Not that it hasn't been done, but just not a lot. And definitely that Honda 1100 having the colored match bags in that 50 style color, like I said, really just kind of appeals to my heart. And the thing is, I've been finding them with fairly low miles for under $4,000. And what had originally caught my eye, I was just randomly looking on Facebook Marketplace, which you should probably never do. And I found one, but I found one that it had been in a minor accident, and the saddlebag had been replaced, but it had been replaced with a green one. That's the other color. It was a green with a cream color is the other one. I might be okay with the green. I do like green, but that teal color is probably the one I would shoot for. But I also have that problem in the Dyna Switchback, because the color I want, they did make, but it is really hard to find, and that is the amber whiskey orange color in the Dyna Switchback. A lot of reds, a lot of blues. I would say blue would be my second choice. I would say I'm really torn between whether or not black or red would be my last choice. Red would be kind of ironic, because when I bought my Sportster, then I bought my bike. They both were this, you know, orange color. And I'll show a picture of those two here. I definitely would be ironic if I bought a red bike after buying a red car. Like I said, ironic, but I almost don't want to do it just because my wife would never tell me the difference. You know, she'd never let me live it down. But the thing is, the Dyna Switchback, like they're going for between $10,000 and $13,000 for like a 2012-ish model. They were only doing a few years, so they're not there's not like a ton of them out there. And it's kind of almost like a mini Road King is what a lot of people called it, which is kind of what I want anyway. Kind of what I'm looking for. But obviously there are lots of bikes out there. If you have a possible suggestion in kind of that idea, let me know in the comments below. So this is where I'm going to end the episode today. I hope everybody has a great day, has a great week. Ride safe, ride often, and have a great day. Later.